I asked people to recommend me books they didn't like, and now I'm reading them. Book 24 in the Another Man's Trash Reading Challenge is Gregory Maguire's Wicked, The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West. So let me just start here. The book is very different from the musical, and it's very dark, it's very adult. I knew that, I was prepared, so I did not go into this expecting it to be the exact same story. This is a fantasy fiction book, the story of the Wicked Witch of the West. Elphaba, born with green skin, in a deeply prejudiced, poor, and divided Oz, becomes a promising young woman, despite it all. When she enters Shiz University, the wizard rules Oz. His secret police are everywhere, ever present, ever observant. The animals, capital A, those with voices and minds and souls, are being threatened with exile, having their rights stripped away. And Elphaba won't stand for it, and she will risk it all to protect them. I am 103 pages in, which is 22% of the way through the book, and I saw a comment today that said that Wicked is undoubtedly well written, but it's kind of a miserable experience. I fear that I couldn't have said it better myself. It is gritty, it is dark, it's blunt, it's jarring, frankly. 0% happy so far. It does have funny moments, but it is a pretty deeply uncomfortable reading experience. However, that is definitely the point. Oz is no utopia. In fact, it is rather the opposite. And after all, we are exploring wickedness. Are people born wicked, or do they have wickedness thrust upon them? The age-old question. I think it's also important to say that this is a third-person omniscient narration. The story does center around Elphaba, but we are not with her 100% of the time. Third-person omniscient is already kind of a handful, but then when you combine it with the utterly unique and sometimes a little bit chaotic writing style of Gregory Maguire, it's admittedly a lot, but I do like it because, and I've said this before when talking about this narrating style with other books, but as an example, right, you learn just as much about Elphaba or Glinda when the narrator is following them as you do when you're following a character who interacts with either one of them. But you learn about them from a different set of eyes through a different set of thoughts. And I think that for the type of story that Wicked is telling, that is extremely, extremely important, even though it can make for a bit of a chaotic experience as a reader. And you do really, really get to see the evolution of the characters. You get to see the depth of their relationships. You really lay the groundwork for when the tension starts to rise. I say starts to rise. This shit has been tense from page 1, so it's really only getting worse. But nevertheless, yeah, as of this moment, I do plan to continue reading past the DNF threshold, but I do not anticipate having any fun. That does not mean the book is not good. It just means that it's hard to read. And that is okay.